Dear Ma and all. Hello folks, it's me again, answering your ever-welcome airmail which arrived yesterday. It's dated May 10th. I had a pleasant surprise on Wednesday last as I received an airmail from Grandpa and Grandma Jones in answer to my letter to them. And it was very nice indeed for an old lady well over 80, and I must answer it in during the next few days. I hope to receive a letter from Gwen tomorrow. I see you were able at long last to get hold of the new air letter cards, and after you had posted it on to me, it was stamped with the victory stamp. 2 bells with a V on top, quite appropriate, don't you think? I had an idea that the V-Day celebrations would upset mail facilities somewhat, since it was a 2 days break to all but the essential few. It was the same over here too. I'm afraid Gwen will be a little disappointed if my mail to her was delayed, which is quite likely. However, I do hope she makes due allowance for the 2 days. No doubt things are back to normal again at home by now. Here's hopping so anyway. I dare say when you wrote in answer to Gwen's letter you told her of the delay, in which case she should understand also about my mail. I think the 2 days upset was well worth the good news, especially as it has been nearly 6 years since people were really able to let themselves go, and I don't think 2 days was too long. Of course, there is always a percentage who kind of overdo things, even celebrations here, hopping that nothing else suffered in consequence. It certainly would have been much nicer all round if the Far East Theater was finished also, but I honestly think that the boys out there would not mind 2 days celebrations at home, as their minds will be a lot easier now that the air menace to the southeast of the home country is over at last. I reckon it sure is a load off their minds. I can of course guess that you folks at home were quiet enough and did not exactly approve of the noise so far into the night, and hope it doesn't occur too often in future. If it does, I guess you will be looking for another house. According to press reports over here, the celebrations in the cities and towns were on quite a large scale and went on far into the night. And even you folks must admit it was a tremendous relief to everybody in the home country to know that at long last it was all over so near to home. I am very pleased to know that a visit to Woodchurch Church when there was an evening service on to celebrate the victory gave you so much peace of mind. We over here in the mess asked the Padre to hold a service in the mess to start our celebrations off, and the Padre certainly was very pleased about it. There was nothing like the celebrations at home over here, but nevertheless, it was a time of rejoicing. I did not hear the King's speech, as I was in a cinema, but I did hear Churchill's short speech in the afternoon. I quite understand why you did not write on the Tuesday or Sunday, and reckon you did a wise thing not to have done. Glad to know that the weather is more like summer at home, and hope it stays nice for some time. Over here it is much more comfortable this last day or two since we have had 2 or 3 thunderstorms. They seem to have cleared the air considerably. I do reckon it must be nice at home for you to do without a fire. Good for you, Pop, for finishing the bathroom, and I do hope I can give you full marks. Maybe in the near future I will be able to pass judgment. Here's hopping. Hope you can get a piece of glass to finish it off. Have you, Pa and Ma Hitch and Gwen fixed up when you are each visiting who? In my last letter to Gwen, I suggested to her that August and September were very nice months. All being well, you should be reading this letter by next weekend, which happens to be Whit Weekend. I reckon the change will do you good, especially now the European war is over. Anyway, here's hopping, it's all settled by now. Since I last wrote to you, I have been to the cinema 3 times and to see a play. The titles of the pictures I saw are Marie Wieluska, which was quite good, None But the Lonely Heart, this also was quite good, and the third one was A Song to Remember. This was in Technicolor and was also very good. I think you would like them all. The play was by Somerset Maugham entitled The Circle. I enjoyed it if only for a change. And now folks, this is where I say cheerio and God bless you all. Remember me to all friends and relations. Best wishes also to Pa Edwards and Pa Goodall. Love to Pop, darling sister, and yourself, mother dear, from yours as always, our John.